So, okay, guys. Day, I think 32. Day 32. So today is going to be a short one. Um, let's mute everything. An hour, maybe an hour. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I think we finish. But we're going to read one chapter here and the last chapter in the basic grammar. So today we complete the basic grammar from Tae Kim. And what left is essential grammar, social expressions, advanced topics. So yeah, in a month we covered basic grammar, and I feel great, not gonna lie. It's it's an amazing thing. I did this live stream helped me to do a, a lot of things for Japanese. I did not expect to reach this progress in just a month. Like now I understand a lot of Japanese sentences. I understand a lot of kanji also. I know at least tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow we see. I I will test all the kanjis that I know, because I need to make a video about an update video basically about the level of what I reach so far after 30 days of live streaming. Yeah, I'm making the videos tomorrow. I hope tomorrow I upload my first video on YouTube. And yeah, I need to work harder because I promised that I have to make videos every day, but it's like 32 days and I haven't uploaded any video on YouTube. Hopefully tomorrow I upload a video. And from tomorrow I must start uploading videos every day. I have a lot of ideas in mind. Like this month was was amazing. It opened for me a lot of doors. I think a lot of ideas are flowing into my mind, and I have to start making videos. So yeah, let's start. Let's finish basic grammar. Basic grammar. And yeah, we continue. Keep learning every day. You put some music.
Hello and welcome to the final.
After basic grammar, we watch a few videos from here, and we close for today. Today, as we said, is a short one. Put some music. Okay. Mm, begin. Begin our journey. Supplementary Genki practice content. Yeah, we'll check this out later. So, not Kai. Hi, fast or early. Hi, I know this kanji. Hi. Kirei, pretty clean. Kirei, I know this from Duolingo. Asagohan, yes, asagohan, of course. Breakfast, asagohan. Taberu, eat. Oneself. This kanji is oneself. Ji, I know it. Jibun. Jibun. oneself. Jibun. Heya room. Eiga movie. Taku-san. A lot. Taku-san. Miru to see. Saikin. Recent, lately. Hayai. Hayai, not high. Hayai. Miru. Zenzen, not at all. Zenzen. Koe, voice. Ketsuko, fairly, reasonably. Oki, big. Kono, this. Machi, town. Another kanji. Kawaru or kareu. Wait, how did I forget this? There's no way I forget this. Look, kawa, yes. Kawa, re is this one. No, re. This one is re. Kawa, re is like this. Kawa looks like a swan. Re looks like reindeer looking up. And ne is this one. There's no way I'd forget hiragana. Kawaru, to change. Kawaru. Toshokan, library. Naka, inside. Shizuka, quiet. Unlike English, changing adjectives to adverbs is a adverbs and sentence ending particle. Wait, adverbs again? What are adverbs? Epirrima, I think it's epirrima. Adverb. Yeah, it has to be epirrima. But what are epirrima though? Epirrima. What is epirrima though? I forgot. What is the epirrima? Epirrima είναι άκλητο μέρος του λόγου το οποίο προσδιορίζει ρήματα ή προτάσεις που φανερώνουν τόπο, χρόνον, τρόπο, ποσό. So a place, a time, a way, and ποσό. How much, like. Κάθε επίρρημα είναι ή ανήκει σε επιρρηματικό σύνολο, το οποίο αποτελείται από περισσότερα επιρρήματα. Δεν κατάλαβα. Το επιρρήμα δημιουργείται προσθέτοντας στο θέμα και μια κατάληξη χαρακτηριστική της γλώσσας. Στα ελληνικά υπάρχει και μια άλλη κατηγορία και άλλη μία κατηγορία επιρρημάτων η οποία προήλθε από το σύστιχο αντικείμενο. Χαρακτηριστική κατάληξη των επιρρημάτων στα ελληνικά είναι η κατάληξη ως η χρήση της οποίας έχει πλέον περιοριστεί έναντι της κατάληξης σε α. Η άλλη κατηγορία επιρρημάτων λήγει σε α. Αρχικά σε κάποιες προτάσεις υπήρχε το σύστιχο αντικείμενο, το οποίο βρισκόταν στην αιτιατική πληθυντικού του ουδέτερου γένους. Αργότερα το αντικείμενο χρησιμοποιήθηκε στο λόγο σαν επίρρημα και σταδιακά γίνει επίρρημα, καθώς αυτού του είδους τα επιρρήματα άρχισαν να χρησιμοποιούνται και σε μια... Okay. So in places, here, there, inside, outside, βόρεια, north, south, χρονικά, to when. So where, when, how much, and verification. Okay, I think I understand. So adverbs are, yeah, here, where, places, time, how much. Okay. Today, now, last year, ebita, kabote, like Etsy, mazin, together, like, αλλιώς, ξαφνικά. Λίγο πολύ, τόσο κάμπος. Okay, I know what the adverbs are. I understand. I understand now. Unlike English, changing adjective to adverbs is a very simple and straightforward process. In addition, since the system of particles makes sentence ordering flexible, adverbs can be placed anywhere in the clause that it applies to, as long as it comes before the adverb that it refers to. As usual, we have to separate rules. We have two separate rules, one for e adjectives and one for na adjectives. How to change adjective to an adverb? For e adjectives, substitute the e with ku. So for example, kai, kaku. Not kai, no. I confuse the early with kai, with by. So hayai becomes hayaku. Hayaku. For adjectives, attach target particle ni. Example. Kirei ni. Kirei, kirei ni. You just attach ni. Here you just replace the e with ku. Okay, sounds very simple. It's easy enough. Bobu wa asagohan wo hayaku tabeta. What quickly ate breakfast? So bobu wa asagohan wo hayaku tabeta. Quickly, fast, early. The adverb hayaku is a little different from the English word fast, in that it can mean quickly in terms of speed or time. In other words, Bob may have eaten his breakfast early, or he may have eaten it quickly depending on the context. In other types of sentences, such as hayaku, hashiru, hayaku hashiru, it is quite obvious that it probably means quickly and not early. Of course, this also depends on the context. Arisu wa jibun no hea o kirei ni shita. Alice did her own room toward cleaning. So Arisu wa jibun no hea. The literal translation kind of gives you a sense of why the target particle is used. Alice at her own room. So, own room. Her own room. Kirei, toward cleaning. So ni is toward. There is some argument against calling this an adverb at all, but it is convenient for us to do so because of the grouping of e adjectives and adjectives. Thinking of it as an adverb, we can interpret the sentence to mean Alice did her room cleanly, or less literally, Alice cleaned her room. Hooray! Literally means pretty, but if it helps, you can think of it as Alice prettied up her own room. Note, note, not all adverbs are derived from adjectives. Some words like zinzin, zinzin and takusan are adverbs in themselves without any conjugation. These words can be used without particles just like regular adverbs. So, eiga o takusan mita. Eiga o takusan, a lot of movies, saw a lot of movies. Eiga o takusan mita. Saw a lot of movies. Saikin, saikin, zinzin, tabenai. Lately don't eat at all. Saika zinzin tabein, tabenai. Saika zinzin tabenai. Lately don't eat at all. So here are some more examples of using adverbs. So zinzin without particles, just like regular adverbs. Okay, not all are derived from adjectives. So the adverbs that derive from adjectives need ku, the e adjectives need ku, and na adjectives need ni. But there are some verbs like takusan and zinzin do not need, are not adjectives and do not need conjugation. Okay, here are some more examples of using adverbs. Bobu no koe wa kekko ookii. Fairly, kekko, fairly. Bob's voice is fairly large. Maybe deep, what they mean. Konno machi wa, this town. Saikin, lately. Saikin okiku. Okiku, so it's an eve verb, adjective, adjective. Became an adverb. Saikin okiku. Kareta. شنو بس لا رح تجي هنا؟ منو اجى؟ بدي اصور. So Toshokan no naka desu wa no Konno machi wa saikin okiku kareta. This town has changed greatly lately. Toshokan no naka de wa shizuka ni suru. Within the library, we do things quietly. So shizuka ni. Okay. Good. Oki no. Tenki, weather. So things are that way. おも面白い Why interesting 面白い映画 movie 全然時間 time おる verb to exist ある大丈夫 OK 大丈夫大丈夫今日 today yes でも but bright tomorrow 明日 tomorrow 雨 rain 降る to part to precipitate 魚 fish 魚好き likable Sentence ending particles are particles that always come at the end of sentences to change the tone or feel of a sentence. In this section, we will cover the two most commonly used sentence ending particles. Ne. People usually add ne to the end of the sentence when they are looking for and expecting agreement to what they are saying. This is equivalent to saying right, isn't it? In English, in it. Bobu. いい大天気だね。天気だね。Good weather, huh? いい大気だね。いい天気だね。いい天気だね。そうね。そうね。That is so, isn't it? The literal translation of "sone" sounds a bit odd, but it basically means something like sure is. Males would probably say "so da ne." Arisu. 面白い映画だったね。面白い映画だったね。That was an interesting movie, wasn't it? Okay, I know ne. Ne is easy. 全然面白い。面白くなかった。全然面白くなかった。Huh? No, it wasn't interesting at all. 全然面白くなかった。全然面白くなかった。全然面白くなかった。No, it wasn't interesting at all. 全然面白くなかった。Since Alice is expecting agreement, 面白い映画だった。だったね。面白い映画だったね。全然面白くなかった。No, it wasn't interesting at all. So I expecting agreement that the movie was interesting. Bob is surprised because he didn't find the movie interesting at all. Zenzen. It is a sound of surprise and confusion. Yo. When yo is attached to the end of the sentence, it means that the speaker is informing the listener of something new. In English, we might say this with a you know, such as the sentence, you know, I'm actually a genius. Arisu. 時間がないよ。時間がないよ。You know, there is no time. 時間がないよ。大丈夫よ。It's okay, you know. 大丈夫よ。時間が 時間がないよ。時間がないよ。大丈夫よ。今日はいい天気。今日はいい天気だね。いい天気だね。Good weather today, huh? でも、明日、雨が降るよ。でも、明日、雨が降るよ。Yeah, but it will rain tomorrow, you know? Combining both よね。both together よね。You can also combine the two particles we just learned to create よね. This is essentially used when you want to inform the listener of some new point you're trying to make and when you seek an agreement on it at the same time. When combining the two, the order must always be よね. You cannot reverse the order. ボブは刀魚が好きなんだよね。You know, you like fish, don't ya? ボブは魚が好きなんだよね。そうだね。That is so, huh? Basic grammar is done. Finish. Basic grammar. Okay, so ね、よ、adverbs, adverbs, ku. Non-adverbs you add ni, ku instead of e. Okay. Easy. Think.
Hopefully final video of lesson 5. We've covered so far likes and dislikes and making nouns and non-adjectives negative in the first 2 videos. Now we're going to talk about something called the one pronoun. And remember, you do need to know tachitsuteto and its counterpart with the dakuten. Okay, so let's look at some words that we can already say. We know aka is red, ao is blue, oishii is delicious. Amai, we don't know this word. I put it in here, special. Amai means sweet.
Oh.
Like salty and sweet, not sweet. It means
Amai.
this candy is sweet. Amai. Nihon means Japan. And we learned in another lesson, but now the only difference is that we have
Nihon to Italia.
To, which was to before. Now we know tachitsuteto. To is and in Japanese. So if we say Nihon to Italia, Italia means Italy, so we're saying Japan and Italy. Now what the one pronoun is we are going to turn these into the red one by adding no. The red one, akano. And the blue one, aono. Oishii no, the delicious one. Keep in mind, there is another no that we're going to learn in another lesson that is different when it comes after oishii no. It can mean something else. But right now, it makes it the delicious one. Oishii no. Amai no. The
amai no. Nihon no.
The Japanese one. That's what that means.
Nihon no to Italiano.
Now remember, Nihon no can also mean Japanese something. But when there's nothing after it, you cannot have anything after these because then the one pronoun disappears and it's replaced with that thing that comes after it. For example, if I said, where'd my pen go? This is white, but if I said aka no pen, now it's the red pen. But if I pull away the
Akano.
pen and I just say akano, the red one, okay? If there's nothing there in English, we require the word one to replace the noun that's not there. That's why the one pronoun exists, okay? And if you want to say the Japanese and Italian ones, or one because it can be plural, we know this, Nihon to Italiano. For example, if I ask you, hey, what kind of cars do you like? You could say,
Italiano.
Nihon to Italiano
Nihon to Italiano.
ga suki desu. Nihon to Italiano ga suki desu. If you wanted to say, I like Japanese and Italian cars, well, then that would be Nihon to Italiano kuruma ga suki desu. But if I'm saying, I like Japanese and Italian ones, Nihon to Italiano ga suki desu. Does that make sense? What kind of food do you like? Amai no ga suki desu. I like sweet ones. Sweet. It doesn't have to mean one. It can mean sweet things. Amai no ga suki desu. I like the sweet ones. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and put this into practice, and I'm going to ask you a question. どれが美味しいですか? Now this is the first
どれ
time
が美味しいです
we've
か?
really done a sentence like that. Okay, we haven't really used どれが
どれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれどれ which one is tasty?
so much in the beginning. So if I'm
どれが美
holding
味しい
three
で
things
す
up,
か?
or
どれ
I'm
が
trying to choose out of these
美
three
味
or
しい
four
ですか?
types of foods in front of me, I'm going to ask my friend for advice. Say, どれが美味しいですか? Which
ど
one
れが美
tastes
味しい
good?
ですか?
And he could answer, or she could answer,
赤いの
赤と青のが美味しいです。赤と青のが美味しいです。It means the red and blue ones are delicious. Now, the
赤
only
と
thing that makes this sentence a little
赤
bit
と
weird
赤
is that
と
it could mean
青
the ones that are
青
red and
that's 青 not 青 has to be 青青 blue 青
red and blue, or
赤
the
と
red
青の
ones and the blue
が
ones. This
美味しい
sentence
です
could mean both. If we want to make it completely obvious that we mean the red ones and the blue ones, then you could just add another no right here. 赤のと青のが美味しいです. That would mean now, without any ambiguity, the red ones and the blue ones are delicious. But alone, 赤と青のが美味しいです could mean both. And I think that's a little bit confusing. But again, it's all context. You would be looking at them in front. There would be just a blue one and just a red one. In that case, you would know, okay, the red ones and the blue ones. But let's say they were multicolored. There would only probably be one that was red and blue at that point, and it would be obvious. Not in a textbook, though. It's not obvious in a textbook. If you like the brown ones, 茶色のが美味しいです.
茶色の
Those
が
are good.
美味しいです
Was I saying ski desu the whole time? I'm saying 美味しい for delicious. 茶色のが美味しいです. Now, what if you were at like a party where everyone brought food, right? And someone wanted to know, hey, what tastes good, like out of these things that you've eaten? And you liked what they brought. So you could say to them, あなたのが美味しいです. Yours
あなたのが美味し
is
いです
delicious. Now, this is not a case of a one pronoun, but it's really doing the exact same thing. The difference is that English has to add the word one, and that's why it's called the one pronoun, because English requires that we do that. Japanese, it's the same grammar. Okay, nothing unique there. All right, thank you for watching. There's actually no end of my slideshow. There's nothing there but black. But you know what? Kuroi no ga suki desu. I like the black ones. I'll see you all on the next video, which is going to be lesson 6. Where what do we do in lesson 6? We learn how to say want and things that you want, and we learn another way to make things negative. We cannot use deny with an E adjective. We're going to learn how to make an E adjective into a negative in the next video. I'll see you all there. Bye-bye.
E adjective E adjective E adjective
Hello
E
and welcome
adjective.
back to Japanese from Zero. This is lesson 6 that we're going to be talking about. But before I actually talk about what we're going to do in lesson 6, I want to remind everyone that's watching, please, for the love of whatever created this universe, go back and make sure that you have watched all the videos leading up to this one, because YouTube comments are killing me. You got some people are asking questions that I literally just covered 3 or 4 videos back. Or one guy, actually, one of the top comments was, is this sentence correct? And he broke a rule that I just taught in the very lesson that he's posting under. And I made a big deal out of it in the lesson. So 2 requests. 1, pay attention. You know who you are. Mr. Nani wa, starting a sentence and with a question word and using wa after it. I know what you're going to say, because everyone does it. Oh, I'm working on 4 hours sleep. That is like legit the lame. Like, you guys gotta forgive me, I'm working on 3 hours sleep. Like, really? Okay. All right. It's not that you didn't know. It's not that you didn't make a mistake. You're just tired. Just tired. And you didn't watch the video. All right. Now let's get into it. Today we are going to talk about making E adjectives negative. This skill that we're going to learn in this lesson is going to carry you so far, because this skill later on will apply to verbs. Oh, excuse me, I have no voice today. I sang a lot of karaoke the other night. So this skill works with verbs later on, but right now we're going to do everything in adjectives, okay? And you will need to know na, ni, nu, ne, no. I'm so excited because so many of the sentences that I'm putting in the PowerPoints now are all hiragana. I mean, we're so close. Let's get to some new words that are taught in this lesson and that are very important. Again, I'm not putting all the words that you need to know. All the words that you need to know are in the book under the new words section, or in the course in the new words section online. So first word is hoshi.
Hoshi.
Hoshi. Now we just don't know the ho yet. We don't know the ho. Sometimes you don't know the ho yet. We don't know ha, hi, hu, he, ho yet, not just the ho. Hoshi means to want something. Now, I want to point out that hoshi in English, to want something, is a verb. But in Japanese, it is just like ski and kirai, it is an adjective. But if you remember from the prior video, ski and kirai were not adjectives. Well, hoshi is an E adjective, and that's going to be very important today. Okane. Okane means money.
Okane.
Very important. Everyone needs money. And mochiron. Now, I'm not even going to use mochiron in this lesson, but just like when I taught tabun, it's a nice short answer. You know, maybe, or of course, or yes, or no. These are all great short answers, so I just want you to make sure that you know mochiron. Mochiron means of course.
Mochiron.
And, whoa, holy moly, that is a big typo. That shouldn't even be there.
Atarashi.
First of all, does not mean to hate or to dislike a lot.
New.
That is obviously me not properly editing the PowerPoint. That means new. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. Go ahead and, there we go.
Atarashi.
Boom, boom, boom. So atarashi means new. And what is to hate or to dislike a lot? What is that in Japanese?
Kirai.
It's daikirai.
Daikirai.
Daikirai. We learned that a lesson back. For those of you that actually watched the prior videos, you did learn that. For those of you who didn't, I welcome the comment in YouTube. How do I say I like cats? Where I then shadow ban you from YouTube. I wouldn't do that. Now, look, let me just say this. There are no dumb questions, but that's a dumb question. When you ask right under the video that teaches it, is this correct? And you have a mistake that I purposely made a big deal about. That's not a dumb question. It's dumb timing. It's bad timing, okay? It's an irritating question. I know you know who you are. Now, it's not a personal attack on you. It's an attack on your question. Okay. So we have atarashi.
Oh.
Atarashi means new.
Atarashi.
And look, we only don't know the ra. There's rariru deru. We don't know that yet. We don't know the ho, and we don't know the ra. All right. Old is furui. Furui.
Furui. Furui.
Oh, you know what? We know the. Do we know this yet? No. If we don't know the ho, we can't know the fu. That's because it's ha, hi, fu, he, ho, which is coming up in the next lesson. So old is furui. It is the opposite of atarashi.
Atarashi.
And it wasn't on the screen. I apologize. There it is. It's on the screen. All right. Hot, atsui. This is a great
Atsui.
word to know. Atsui.
Atsui.
And the opposite of hot is samui.
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 Atsui.
And we don't know mu yet. All right. Now, let's talk about this just for a second. When something is cold, let's say it's cold outside, that is samui. But if this water is cold and I'm holding it, it is not samui. Japanese splits this concept into two things. It becomes tsumetai. Tsumetai. So the water in here is tsumetai, cold to the touch. It's not samui. Samui is weather, basically. I mean, really. Also, let's give you a little bit of a bonus. If you say something like a bad joke, that is also samui. Japanese will tell you that. Like, I hear it all the time. Because I say these really pun type things. I say a lot of puns in Japanese, and they just go, samui. It just means bad joke, okay? It's a cold joke. Whereas in English, we say she's cold, like she's a cold person. Oh my God, she is so cold. Well, in Japanese, they don't say samui for that kind of person. They say tsumetai. Oh, you're so tsumetai. You could be, when I touched you, tsumetai, but also you can be a cold person by being tsumetai. But now we're just talking about soups and drinks and the weather. Now I'm going to give you, because there's a lot of adjectives in this lesson, there's two adjectives that cause problems for foreigners. And one of them we know. We know this bonus word, kawaii. There's even a song by Avril Lavigne. It goes something like, kawaii or something. Kawaii. It's really, really bad. But it's in that song. And we all know kawaii, right? We all know kawaii, I hope. And it means cute. And it's like basically Japanese culture is defined by being kawaii. Now notice, kawaii has two E's at the end of it. So it's kawaii. Kawaii. Here's the problem. A lot of people mess this up. They say it wrong, and it sounds like this. Kawaii. Kawaii means scary. So they will look at something that is cute, and they're thinking they're saying cute, but they say, kawaii, kawaii, it's so scary. That could become a bad, you don't want to call a girl scary. Okay, some girls are scary. So here's the difference. Again, I'll say it again. Kawaii, kawaii versus kawaii, kawaii, not kawaii. Kawaii, kawaii, kawaii. Sorry, I lengthened it. Now, so we're learning all of these adjectives. They are all E adjectives. Before we do a negative E adjective, let's review what we already know about making things negative. We know a noun plus janai.
Janai.
And we also know that E adjectives are different than na adjectives, right? Remember that. Because na adjectives plus janai also become not a or don't something. So, for example, we have inu janai. Inu janai. It's not a dog. Neko janai. Not a cat. Who farted? Who farted? Watashi janai. Not me. Watashi janai. Not me. Now, we can also do that with, remember, ski and kirai, because they are not adjectives. They can be made into negatives by adding janai. So, ski desu, I like it. Ski janai desu, I don't like it. Kirai desu, I dislike it. Kirai janai desu, the very soft way to let you down when someone asks if you like them or if they like you. Kirai janai desu, I don't dislike you. That means they dislike you. Just to point that out.
So,
Okay,
janai is
so
only
what do
for
we do
adjectives.
with E adjectives? Well, what you cannot do is say janai after it. You cannot say atsui janai to mean it's not hot. Okay? I want to point out one more thing before we continue. Before I see this comment in YouTube, yes, there are times where janai can come after atsui, but it does not make it negative. Okay? We're not going to talk about it right now because I'm trying to bring you guys to a level of Japanese where you're not confused. So right now, I need you to know this rule, until I teach you otherwise. The rule of atsui janai is solid. You can never say an e adjective followed by janai to mean not that thing. Wakarimasu ka? Okay. So you cannot do that. Erase it from your brain. What you have to do is, and the rule is 100% solid, always, without exception, you're going to say minus the e, so becomes atsu, and then you're going to add this thing called kunai. Atsukunai. It becomes a new word. Whereas janai is kind of separated. This is a new word meaning to not be hot. Atsukunai. Let's practice. Samui, cold. Remove the e, you're left with samu. Oh, by the way, they'll do that too. They'll just say samu without the e. This is a slang. Japanese do it if your joke is unfunny. Just warning you, because people will talk about it in the YouTube comments. But this that's not what we're doing this for. We're removing the e so we can add kunai, samukunai. Samukunai means not cold. You can never say samui kunai, and you could never say, for example, the word for today is kyo. Okay, kyo. You can never say kyo wa samui kunai. You can never say kyo wa samui janai desu. Can never do that. It is kyo wa samukunai desu. Today is not cold. Oishii. Now, oishii means delicious or tasty, and it has an e at the end, but it also ends with an e sound, right? If you take off the e, so it becomes oishii. Oishii.
Oishikunai.
Oishikunai means doesn't taste good or not delicious. Oishikunai. Okay, let's do some sentences. Neko ga kawaii desu. What does that mean?
Neko ga kawaii desu.
Cat is cute. Or cats are cute. Inu ga kowai desu.
Inu ga kowai desu.
You see the main difference? Like the difference between something being scary and cute, to the untrained ear, they sound the same. But they're not the same. Okay? Inu ga kowai desu means the dog is scary. It also means, by the way, I'm scared of dogs. It does. It means both of those things. Okay? Neko ga kawaii kunai desu. We've taken one of the e's. Remember, there are two e's. I've seen people make this mistake where they say kawakunai to mean not cute, but there's two e's. You don't remove all the e's, you just remove the last e. So, neko ga kawaii kunai desu. Cats aren't cute, or the cat isn't cute. Okay? What about dogs? Dogs aren't scary. I mean, most dogs aren't that scary, are they? Inu ga kowakunai desu. This might be something where, let's say you have a little sister or a baby sister. Same thing. You have a little sister or you have a daughter, and they're scared of dogs, right? But you know that this dog isn't scary. So maybe they say, inu ga kowai, inu ga kowai. And you're like, kowakunai desu. Inu ga kowakunai desu. Dogs aren't scary. Sushi ga oishikunai desu. Look at that sentence. Congrats. I mean, legit congrats. If you've got this far, we're this close to having every sentence be completely in hiragana. This is a very long sentence. Sushi ga oishikunai desu. And you know all this hiragana. Very easily we learned these. So it means sushi's not delicious. Who thinks that? Kora ga tsumetakunai desu. The Coke isn't cold. The cola isn't cold. Remember, samui and sumetai in English both mean cold. You wouldn't translate it to the cola is not cold to the touch. We are putting it in the book as cold to the touch so that you know it's not the same cold as weather cold. Okay? It's very important. Speaking of weather, tenki means weather. Tenki ga atsukunai desu. The weather isn't hot. Tenki ga atsukunai desu. Let's give you a new word. Let's show you the power of learning grammar versus learning a bunch of words and phrases. Okay, this is the power of grammar. I'm going to show you a word that you've never seen before. It's not taught in the book. And you're going to be able to make it negative. The word is suppai. Now, remember what that little tsu does. We've talked about this before, but it's in the books at least. It makes this P a double P, okay? It makes it a double consonant, which means there's a little bit of a pause and a slight stress on that P. So suppai, suppai. So suppai means sour. So a sentence like this. Lemon ga suppai desu. The lemon is sour, or lemons are sour. You just learned this word, but you know how to say that they're not sour. Right? No? That one guy in YouTube comments is going to ask, even right now, even though he's watching this video, just to be funny, he's going to ask it. He's going to say that, how do you say not sour? So how would you say apples are not sour? Or the apple is not sour? Ringo ga suppakunai desu. Ringo ga suppakunai desu. How would you say strawberries are sweet? Strawberries are sweet. Do you remember strawberries? I'll give you a hint. If you don't remember strawberries, it's 1-5. 1-5.
Ichigo.
Ichigo. It's purely coincidental, but ichigo. Ichigo ga amai desu. Ichigo ga amai desu.
Ichigo.
Okay, and what isn't salty? I mean, what isn't salty? I didn't say salty yet.
Ichigo
It's
ga
shoppai, by the way. Shoppai.
amai desu.
We didn't cover it, but because I said it. How would you say sushi is not sweet? Sushi ga amakunai desu. Okay. Now that we know how to do that, we learned how to do these negative adjectives really for an end goal of saying, I don't want something. That's the goal. We learn hoshi. Key concept in this lesson is hoshi. But now we want to say, don't want. Now, before when we learned ski and kirai, it was easy. We just added janai and it worked. But you can't say hoshi janai. Cannot say it. To make it negative, you cannot do that. So what you have to do is, because it's an E adjective, you drop the E and you're left with hoshi. Now, coincidentally, hoshi means star. But that doesn't, if you said accidentally hoshi janai, it means it's not a star. Do you understand? So, in order to make not want, don't want, it's hoshi kunai. Hoshi kunai desu. So, for example, I could ask you, nani ga hoshii desu ka? Nani ga hoshii desu ka?
What do you want?
Well, what if you want a car? Kuruma ga hoshii desu. And yeah, by the way, you could say, I could say to you, I could make the sentence longer, and I could say, Anata wa nani ga hoshii desu ka? But because I'm talking to you, we know. You don't need to say it in Japanese. We understand. We, as if I'm Japanese. Oh. Now, and then you can respond with, Watashi wa kuruma ga hoshii desu. Watashi wa kuruma ga hoshii desu. Okay? What if you want a new car? We learned the word atarashi. I want you to think about it just for a second.
Atarashi kuruma ga hoshii desu.
This is deceptively, feels like you're going to get it, but it could be hard. When you say I want a new car, you have to think about where atarashi comes in the sentence. It would never be something atarashi desu. You're modifying car. What kind of car do you want? A car is kuruma ga hoshii desu. We're going to add one word and not change any other order in the sentence to make I want a new car. You just put, because it's an E adjective, you just pop it right in front. Atarashi kuruma ga hoshii desu. So you see, the thing that you want is a car. What kind of car is it? It's new. It's just like in English, you say, I want a car. I want a new car. Atarashi comes right in front of kuruma. What if you want money? I don't have this as an example. Okane ga hoshii desu. I mean, everyone wants money, right? But let's say we want a specific amount. You want $1 million. 1 million. How many zeros is million? 6. What can you buy with 6 zeros from the Japanese side? You can buy man. So now we have 100 man. 100 man. Boom. 100万ドルが欲しいです。I want $1 million. Or 110,000 units. Dollars. Okay? What if someone asks you this? 古い車が欲しいですか？古い車が欲しいですか？ I mean, who wants an old car? Someone's asking you, do you want an old car? Maybe you want a classic car, but not an old car, right? So, if you don't want it, you could just say,
欲しくない。
欲しくないです。Remember, we don't have to say the subject again, just like we don't have to say the topic again. We know. It's like, just like English says, do you want an old car? No, I do not want an old car. Sounds awkward. Same thing in Japanese. Do you want an old car? No, I don't want one. We say I don't want one, right? Japanese, same thing. You don't have to say anything else, but いいえ、欲しくないです。No, I don't want it. 犬が欲しいですか？
犬が欲しい
ですか？ Do you want a dog?
いいえ。
This is very weird. I'm going to change this because I see the next sentence doesn't match up. Give me a second. That's right. We live edit here because someone has a typo. Why can't I get into Japanese mode? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Don't want to make a mistake here. Confuse you even more. Okay, so someone asks you, 犬が欲しいですか? 犬が欲しいですか?
いいえ。
By the way, you don't want to say, let's say you didn't lengthen out 欲しい. 犬が欲しいですか? The Japanese people will hear the difference between 欲しい and 欲しい. And they'll think you're saying, is the dog a star? 犬が欲しいですか? They won't hear it right. Their brain is trained to hear that small difference. So make sure you lengthen it out. 犬が欲しいですか? 犬が欲しいですか? Do you want a dog? 欲しくないです。
欲しくないです。
猫が欲しいです。Now we have two sentences in a row we can say. No, I don't want one. Don't want one. 猫が欲しいです。I want a cat. I mean, cats are just easier to take care of. I mean, I love myself a good dog, but... All right, here we go. Comments quiz. I don't know what this means. Here we go. Okay, now I know what it means. All right. Because we all like doing comments, I would like to steer the comments away from things that just make me go ballistic. I'm going to ask you a question, and you can comment on this question in the comments. あなたの赤ちゃんが怖いですか? Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a question. あなたの赤ちゃんが怖いです. Tell me what that means. あなたの赤ちゃんが怖いです.
Your 赤ちゃんが is scary. It's such a...
I'll see you all in the next.
It is 赤ちゃんが. Okay, so 1 hour. Complete for today. Tomorrow again. Tomorrow we do Genki 5th chapter, a trip to Osaka. So thank you very much. Tomorrow 33 days. 32 days. Okay, bye bye. Genki.